Who's that?
Hey everyone.
Hi, Renee.
Hey.
Hey, how are you ladies doing?
Doing good. How are
Good.
you?
So glad to see everyone. So who is prepared for the meeting tonight? Anybody brainstorming at all? We are our own CEOs, so I would love to hear your thoughts and any ideas that you may have about, all those upcoming breaking news announcements that we heard over the Super Saturday weekend or Sunday weekend for KHOW. So, anybody?
Well, like I said in my post, I'm still pretty new at this, so I'm here to soak up what you all are saying. So start talking.
I definitely have some stuff, so I just wanted to get a feel from you guys before I got into my ideas, and then definitely as I share any feedback you have for me, I would greatly appreciate, because I know that by myself, I can only do so much. I know that you guys all are leaders in here too, and can definitely add and make things better. We can, I can only do so much, but together we can truly be great and do amazing things. So that's why I wanted to see if you guys had thought about, brainstorming for the year end. I know there's like so much coming out with double time, which I think will be really fun for families and children. We have the 80-day obsession, a little bit obsessed. I know it's a lot of stuff, and it can be a little overwhelming, just so many things that are coming out, but it's also a great thing because it shows that our company is always evolving, coming out with new things to help more people, so that we can truly find a solution for everyone and that nobody gets left behind. So I really love that about our company as a whole and their mission. So Clean Week is the first thing that is coming out, and so I have a few ideas here, and I also talked to Amber a little bit about it too, and it can go really one or two ways, but I definitely think we should all create our own events to generate interest for people to join us in a clean eating group or in the Clean Week group. So I will go ahead and create an event, and then I'll add you guys to it so that you can utilize what I did and get ideas and pull from that and create your own. I'll probably go to canva.com and create a cover photo there for my event. So I haven't created it yet, so I don't know, but I'll go ahead and create that and invite you to it. Hopefully get it done by tomorrow. As far as when we should, I believe, start Clean Week, I really think, because when I'm looking at my calendar, it doesn't actually come out till on a Tuesday of next week is the 3rd. So in my opinion, I believe we should start officially Clean Week on the 9th. So I plan to run a regular traditional free group from the 2nd to the 6th. And then say if you want to continue after that, you can join me in Clean Week. And then they can partake in Clean Week. And then at the end of that group, I'll say, well, if you want to continue further, you would need to join me in a challenge group with a challenge pack so that you get the full tool in my mentoring, really personally, and that personal touch that is added to being a part of my challenge group. So I plan to, on the 16th of October, start my challenge group, clean week group on the 9th, regular free group next week. So today I went and posted in a couple of groups, like random yard sales groups, to get new friends. So it's worked well so far today. So if you need new people, because this time of year is a building time. It's a time where you're really there to help people and build those relationships. So when January hits, if they are not ready now because of the busy rush of the holidays come January, you have relationships that you have built where you have created trust and shown them that you really do care about them and you want to help them with their goals and you want them to want you to be the one they choose to help them. So this time of year is the perfect time of year to really hone in on that and focus on really giving them an amazing experience and giving them that personal touch and really being there for them. So with Clean Week, from the research I'm doing, and if anybody wants to give me feedback on if I am incorrect, I don't think I am, but if I am, I really want to know because I want to get it right and I want us all to be on the same page. It is 4 workouts. So you're going to have 4 workouts for Clean Week, and you're going to get a meal plan, a 7-day meal plan for Clean Week. They're going to provide you the posting and everything. Beachbody is going to have everything really laid out for us. It will not be available to us when I looked on the Coach FAQ until it launches on the 3rd. So we will not have access to the posting, the meal plan until the 3rd. That's why I don't think
Thank you.
start Clean Week until the 9th. But we should start engaging people, talking about it, inviting people, and testing it out ourselves during once it launches on the 3rd. So look over the meal plan and, just prepare for that. I think it would be a great idea too if we did a joint Clean Week group together. I think that it could really engage if we did it as a team, the people in there and the people that do decide to continue with a challenge pack, and they could bond during that time, build relationship, who knows. But by the end of that, if we're cheering them on, like say somebody, got a challenge pack and decides to continue with, the accountability and mentoring, if we recognize them in that Clean Week group as a team, then it'll motivate and inspire other people to want to do it. We can also, this is another idea, we can also leverage kind of that sneak peek into what a challenge group is through Clean Week, because they're getting to sample Beachbody On Demand and the meal plans, so we can throughout that week as well kind of talk about what a challenge group is. So I don't know, you can definitely give me feedback on this if you agree, don't agree. I want to hear, I don't always get it all right, so I want to hear from y'all what you think about these ideas. What else?
I think it sounds great. I think not really knowing what to think, what you're setting up sounds like it would be perfect. Like it's what it needs to be is what it sounds like. And so when I was messaging with you today, that's what it didn't make sense to me. I was like, well, if they're not going to launch it till the 3rd, how do we have the tools to do what we need to? So that makes perfect sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that if we and then that is launched on Tuesday, that is plenty of time to, especially if we create an event for it this week. So if we already go ahead and, get ahead of the game and create an event for it, start generating interest, see who would be interested in it. That way, once it launches, we can start talking about it more and even get them more excited that it's almost time, it's almost Monday and we get to start, and that sort of thing. I was also reading that they can access those 4 workouts without a membership whatsoever to Beachbody On Demand anytime they want. So once the clean week is over, they can still go to Beachbody On Demand and get access to those 4 workouts. That is all they can get access to. They can get access to those 4 workouts. But they cannot get access to the meal plan, but through a coach. So we would have access to the meal plans to provide for them, is my understanding of what I'm reading in the FAQs. I do not believe that they can access that meal plan on their own. And if they could, it would only be that initial first week, if at all. I don't think they can, from what I was reading.
So they're not going to be able to get any meal plans at all then, even during that October 3rd week when it launches. Is that what you're saying?
Not unless it's through a coach. It has to be through a coach.
We would have to provide it for them, meaning that we would have to access it and then give it to them?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, they can't do it themselves. They'll need us as their mentor to provide the tools for them, which I think is great, because I think that it protects us and our business, and it shows the value of us as the coach. And that I just think that is good, because I mean they're getting the workouts already for free whenever they want. So by us having that meal plan, they'll have to reach out to a coach. They'll have to reach out.
Okay.
So that is, I think all I had about Clean Week.
Renee, the sneak peek, I really like the idea, just because I feel like a lot of hesitation or holdback comes from not knowing what a challenge group is or what it entails. And I think we get used to just doing these events, and sorry that my kids are so loud in the background. Creating these I tried to put them to bed and it didn't work. We create these events regularly or do these groups, and so we're used to it. We feel like, but what we may think that is like general knowledge, it's really not. If somebody is new and doing this for the first time, a lot of times they feel lost and overwhelmed with all the information and all. So I think the sneak peek to maybe in the event or going live, would be great to just kind of lay the foundation.
Awesome.
Really like that idea. I also read in the champions page, somebody was saying that with her team, she is doing a coach only clean week to kind of together explore what's offered. And then they'll split up and do their own challenge group or whatever on their own. So I like that idea as well. Just, something to throw out there. If, all of us, a few of us, you want to pair up with anybody and kind of do that when it first launches. That way you go through the, you don't hit any obstacles along the way, you can work through it.
Yeah, the thing with Clean Week that I like too is that in traditional free groups, a lot of times they don't have you as their official coach, where in Clean Week they would have already had to have assigned up as making you their official coach. in order to, you know, get access to the workouts, they at least have to create that free Team Beachbody account to get access to those workouts. And so I think that is definitely a benefit. If we are to, and I think this is just me throwing things out there, and, you know, just let me know what you think, but we could do a team-wide one before it starts. And then once clean week group starts, we could do it as a team. And during it, we can have certain people have leadership roles where they have, you know, designated posts for, you know, especially the what is a challenge group kind of posts. Like I've been doing a lot of, you know, training videos, and on the top of my list, actually, either tonight or tomorrow, I will be doing a Zoom where I walk through Beachbody on Demand and demonstrate that for people to look at. And, you know, anybody can do that. You know, if you want to do one as well, I'm all for it. I think it's a good thing to have just on hand as you know, the CEO of your business. You know, you can just come on Zoom like this, but by yourself, and screen share your computer and walk through Beachbody on Demand and show that is all in there. And I think that is, you know, something to think about. But I definitely will have that done in the next day or two, so it will definitely be ready for Clean Week. If we want to, you know, launch by saying, you know, that walking them through Beachbody on Demand and utilizing the tools that we have for, you know, a challenge group sneak peek while they're in those Clean Week workouts, doing that meal plan. And I love that she, in those workouts, actually says, you know, that we're holding this move, and you'll find this exact move in Insanity Max 30. Shaun T uses this move, and those sort of things during the workout. So they're really getting that whole feel for the tools that we offer. And then on top of that, we give them that amazing challenge group experience. And I think that depending on how many people we get as that are interested in the Clean Week, I think that's important too. So for if we need to do it as a whole team, or if we need to do our own.
Renee, I'm not sure if this is a good time to ask, but I'm doing a free group right now. So what do you, according to your timeline, what am I doing next week between now and the free group the Clean Week the following week?
No, you can absolutely, I think it's great that you're doing a free group now, because then you're already a step ahead for October. And those people that are in your free group now, you can talk about transitioning into a challenge group starting Monday instead. And then you will just, you know, do Clean Week with the team, but you can work on the people that you have in your free group now to just join a challenge group. And you can certainly add them to mine, or turn the one that you have into a challenge group and remove the people that don't sign up for their challenge pack kit or fully commit by continuing forward with you as their coach. And you, of course, meet them where they're at. You're the CEO, so if you want to, you know, have them just drink Shakeology to start off with, if you think that's the best option for them, or, you know, a fitness program, but ideally you want to offer the challenge pack up front and then see where it goes from there. So that's what I would do if I were you.
Okay, so just to be sure, I do want to go ahead and offer challenge packs on Friday and Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
And then keep everybody together and use that as my group, like you're using VIP sisters. right? And then clean week from there.
You can use that as the VIP group. I would see, okay, so say Friday and Saturday, you get people that start signing up. I would congratulate them for signing up in that free group and, you know, like generate that, you know, way to go. I'm so glad you took that next step and you're going to continue on your health and fitness goals, Becky or whatever, and tag Becky or whoever, you know, I'm just saying the name, and
Yeah.
recognize them for joining. So then that can motivate maybe some of the other people in the clean eating group to want to continue as well. And just see how many people you get. If you only get one or two, that is amazing. And if you do, though, I may consider only maybe moving them into my group or something like that, and then making that one that you have, that free group, your community group, so that you know, you can just grow that as a healthy lifestyle group and use that to build relationships and transition people into the challenge groups when they're ready. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's just sometimes the titles get all mixed up in my head.
Mine too. I'm like, am I
Yeah,
saying
me
it right?
too. It's confusing.
Yeah, it's the beach, and that's the thing, is like the Beachbody lingo, you know, we learn it with time, and then we all of a sudden feel like we know it, but it really is like a different language to people that aren't a part of challenge groups. So, and then also a lot of times we can confuse things when it's really simple. Like we can make things seem like so much when it's really just the vital behaviors that we need to focus on. But there's different ways of helping people. These are just suggestions, but there's no right or wrong way as long as you're just trying to help a person. You really, if you come at it with a great heart and spirit to really just pour into them and help them, it doesn't matter really where they are plugged in, honestly, if you're plugging into them and showing up daily. But what I would personally do is, depending on how many people get a challenge pack, if you do have 5 or more, get a challenge pack. Even maybe 4, because you already have 2 in my group now, right? So you could move them over to the other group and have your own challenge group, and remove the ones that didn't decide to commit, and just let them know that, you know, when you're ready, I'm here for you and I'm rooting for you in the meantime. And I'll circle back around in a month or 2 and see if it's a better time for you. No big deal. So.
Yeah. Okay.
Is that,
It'll sink in.
Maybe someone else, I don't know. Do y'all understand what I'm saying, or am I really confusing y'all?
I mean, I think it's just a little bit overwhelming. I mean, I think you're explaining it the best you can. It's still a lot of information.
Yeah.
But getting easier.
Yeah. What about it in particular do you think is the most overwhelming or confusing?
And I think, like Marilyn said, it's just all the different names of the different groups and, you know, challenge groups and free groups. And
yeah, that's good feedback. So maybe that's something I should probably do a video on.
Maybe I'm a better visual learner. I don't know about everyone else, but I like to see.
I am too. So really, the free group means they're just a free person that is, you're basically they're dating you and seeing what a challenge group is. And then a challenge group is where they have actually invested financially in joining you and have really committed. They have skin in the game, and they have by making that investment in you, I think those are your VIP people. Those are the people you want to invest in as well, because they've entrusted you to help them. So I would keep them separate.
People that just maybe purchase challenge packs as a customer, and then a different group for maybe someone who signs up as a coach. Or do they all go in the same place?
Yeah, like any of my coaches for, health and fitness, they're in my VIP group that want to be. I know you guys are, so, and that I have regular challengers in there too that aren't coaches.
Oh, okay.
So not everybody's a coach that's in that group, but some are discount coaches and stuff like that. But I have the SOAR United group, and that's where we add our coaches that actually want to work the business. So that's where we start talking about the lingo and what the business side of things.
Okay.
So
because you're always a challenger. Even though you're a coach, your number one job is a challenger. So you're always going to be a challenger, because that's you being what is it?
Product of the
Proof of the product. Yeah. So that's why we're as coaches, we're always in a challenge.
Okay.
That's a good way to explain it.
Yeah, I love that, Kay-How. That's so true. It's so true. There was something else that I wanted to mention. I know the 21st, that Saturday of October, we launched to the United Kingdom. It's actually not, the 21st is the event. Is it the 18th? Is the 18th? I can't remember the date they said.
18 sounds right.
Yeah, it's like the 18th or something. But it's that same week. And I'll post the dates that I wrote down. As far as the holidays. What else? Does anybody have any questions?
I do.
Yeah, go ahead.
Just in general, for doing the just a general free clean eating group that I'm doing next week that I kind of jumped into tonight. How would you suggest, I know in some of the training it said to send private messages to some people. Would that just be some of the people that I've seen that just kind of like some of my posts here and there, or people that have never really done anything, just reach out to them? Or what should I do?
Well, it's so okay. Say that again. I'm so sorry. So you want to know? Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
So I posted, I'm having a free clean eating group next week. And in some of the training, it had mentioned, go ahead and send private messages to some people as well. So my question is, how do I decipher which of those people to send the private messages to? People that have just kind of been hanging around and liking some of my posts, or people that haven't liked anything but are my friends? Like, how should I approach the private messaging to see if they want to join the free clean eating group?
So, what I would do is definitely anybody that liked the post, that have been liking anything that has to do with health and fitness.
Okay.
You can message them and obviously keep it, you want to connect with them, and then just, throw it out there and say, hey, I don't know if this would interest you at all, but I do have a free group starting next week. And you're doing crock pot stuff, so you can. I'll have crock pot recipes. grocery list, optional workouts to do, and it's all free for a week. I would love for you to join me and do it together. If that
Okay.
would interest you, let me know. I would love to have you in my group next week. So,
Okay.
and you can really, kind of make it where you draft it one time and then you copy and paste it and then take out parts that aren't personal and edit it, to make it personal. But to save time, you can copy and paste
Okay.
and then
The majority of it.
yeah, the majority of it.
Okay.
Like the initial, like, I would love for you to join me in the free group next week.
Okay.
And
All right.
yeah, I think anybody that's like stuff, and I mean, even random friends that you think may benefit, you can say that. I don't know if you want to join this or not, but I have a free group starting next week and I would love to have you.
Okay.
So, it's, no harm, no foul, you're planting
Right.
a seed there, and it's an easy way to do that without, because you're not asking them to invest anything, at this point. You're just giving them a free group. And that was another thing that I wanted to mention about Clean Week. I know we don't have a ton of time, but the Shakeology portion. So, it's like $29.95 if they want to get Shakeology during Clean Week. That's something that, takes time for them to get. So if we're going to start it on the 9th, if it launches on the 3rd, I mean, they almost need to order that day to get it by the 9th, all their Shakeology. So if anybody does have packets at home, it may be a good idea to charge outside of that, and then you get the volume that way. So
Say that in English.
I know, sorry. So when you purchase things, it builds personal volume. So there's volume attached to your order, and you also get a discount already on the Shakeology. So you buy your, packets of Shakeology, and then you can just put it in a nice little Ziploc bag or whatever, and send it to them, and they'll get there in 2 days. And or if they're local, they can come pick it up, and they'll be ready to start with Shakeology if they choose to commit to Shakeology for the 7 days during Clean Week, which is ideally what we want them to do, because we want them to really sample the whole thing that we offer. And it's just, all you're asking them to invest is the cost of the samples of Shakeology. So, $30 isn't a lot compared to, a challenge pack. So I think it is definitely doable, and definitely they'll see amazing results in 7 days of just doing that. So that's the other thing that I'm kind of like, okay, so do we, have our own packets, or do we have them just order through the website? I mean, certainly we can have them order through the website, but we're talking 5 to 7 days probably till they receive their packets.
Mm.
So we have to play that into consideration too when our group is going to start on the 9th. So if our group starts on the 9th, it launches on the 3rd, we really need to create an event like tomorrow for this and really get some people that want to go. So by Tuesday, all we got to do is send them the link. They're ready to join. And what we can do if we want to do a team-wide one is, have it where we, or we could do it individually depending on how many people we get. Y'all let me know. We can do a poll. I'll do a poll in the team page, and we can just see from there, and we can have some join and some not, or whatever. But once it launches, we can already have the people that were interested in it. And if this hangs up, I'm sorry, but we can jump back on if you want to real quick. But we can have them transition from the event. If they say they're going, we can move them into the group so that they can go ahead and purchase right away on Tuesday when it launches. And then the people that don't will remove them from the group because they won't have enough time to get their Shakeology in order to start on the 9th. So does that make sense, or am I confusing again?
No, that makes sense.
It's late at night too, so I know, like, you know, my brain starts shutting off. I'm like the best from like in the morning time. You know, I think I even heard that in the 5-second rule. Like the first 3 hours of your wake up is the best of, yeah.
So is there a certain time that they're not going to be promoting this clean week? Like, because what you just said makes sense. Like if they're going to launch it on the 3rd, how do they expect people to participate if they're not going to be able to receive the Shakeology?
They're not unless they already have it or you give
Okay.
them, you know. So that's why I was like, okay, we have these options here, and
Yeah.
if you're an Emerald coach and you have a spouse that is signed up under you, that's a great option to, you know, double dip on your income. I know we have less than a minute here, but with personal volume, and Marilyn, you may be a little bit familiar with this with network marketing history. I don't